come off to Elliott. Elliott from 50. A short ball. It wasn't to the advantage of Cloak, but somehow he got it back to the specialist. Cracker runs into the open goal. 4 goals for Collingwood early.
Well, this is all about Andrew Cracker. He's in the team for his pressure, and look at him here. He's after the ball. He keeps at it. He eventually gets it. He feeds it off to Elliott. The ball gets into Cloak, and he follows up. Andy Cracker, he loved that. That is just sensational.
Loves the goal, Andy Cracker. Motlop dispossessed. The tackling is a feature of Collingwood's game here again. Blitzarves to Motlop. Pendlebury all over him there, just waits for the fumble. How about the little backhander there from Scott Pendlebury? How good was that? He drives down there, looking for a high ball to Dwyer, but in right.
Back behind the mark, please. Play on now. Play on now.
In right.
The umpire was trying to get him to go behind the mark, and that's almost as though he didn't worry about it.
And then he didn't worry about it in the end. Unbelievable. Hawkins has taken a juggler at the other end as a result.
Let's have a look at that. Nathan Buckley can't believe it because he saw what we're seeing, and that was go behind the mark, go behind the mark. No, don't worry about it, play on. Can't work that out. The end result is that Hawkins, who you know has been down on form, has taken a big mark 30 metres out directly in front.
He has a good contestant. Well, this is it here. We could hear the umpire going back behind the mark, back behind. Then he said play on, so end right. He's not going to.
Can't do that.
Need to be asked again, is he, Dust?
It's just confusing.
So Hawkins with the result of all that directly in front. Saw him kick in the practice warm-up earlier. He was hitting them a little light. Just wanting to be a little bit firmer. He kicks that one, so Hawkins gets their second.
Back behind the mark, please. Play on now. Play on now.
Well, I think in a lateral sense he did go behind the mark, but he didn't go over on the angle, if you want to be pedantic about it. But
I think the umpire's just made a mistake there, Beats. It's basically it. Come behind the mark, come behind the mark. No, play on.
Difficult camera angle, but I thought he was actually behind the mark. Opportunity here now for the Pies in their back half. Nathan Brown, side bottom over the top to O'Brien.
You think you have to come in line, though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's the only thing he didn't do. But there's a difference between coming over your mark and being behind your mark.
Yeah.
I thought he was definitely behind, but he certainly was not in line. Mackie.
Wow.
By the way, the sub tonight, Josh Hunt for the Cats. His side bottom been involved early. Lynch couldn't make it stick. Cracker was tackled by his own man, Lynch. Unusual. Elliott to Swan, paddles the ball in front. Now he's tackled by a host of Cats.
Swan's spending a bit of time early in this game. I like it. He can be a goal kicker. Dane Swan, here's Andy Cracker. Again, the big Q-tips just got him mixed up there and tackled him. But I like that. I like Swan forward. He is a goal kicker.
West got boot to ball. Now, is it 15? No whistle from the umpire. Russell was waiting. Did the bounce get him? If it did, it hit the post.
Bartels had an air swing at that. Tried to go the boot off the ground. He's the most relieved man on the ground at the moment. That bounce hit the post.
It's fair to say, Dust, Jimmy Bartels not exactly having one of his greatest nights, and the kick the same there. He's hasn't not started well at all.
Nathan Brown, key defender, driving ball. Swans at the back. Good sit. Over the top, both hands. Blair now. Opportunity for Christensen. Got it back to Cracker. Now Bartel gets an opportunity.
All of the 3 guys that had the knee reconstructions, McCaffer, Ball and Cracker, all out there together tonight. They would have spent a lot of time in rehab together, so it's great to see them all back for the Pies.
Reid trying to jump over the top of Hawkins. Really, really quick hands there from Caddy, who was a late replacement in this game for Stevie Johnson. Hall Smith, the Motlop. Really unlucky bounce. Seedsman able to tidy up to side bottom, who released quickly to Pendlebury. Wrong-footed. This brings Mackie into the game. Needs to be careful. Is that a push in the back? Umpire let it go. Motlop. Player behind the play has been put to the ground as Motlop comes in. Good-looking kick, and he's got it. There he is, Stevie J, who missed out on his spot in the side tonight through injury.
Yeah, late withdrawal. Josh Caddy comes in, and Chris Scott just having a chat to Stevie, saying what do you reckon's happening out there at the moment. He might be asking what's going on with Jimmy Bartel, who's had 3 unusual efforts so far in this game.
Selwood. Kick inside. Brown gets back off, sags off his man, but almost took it. Hawkins, Motlop around the left, didn't get much of the footy there, and Collingwood has some numbers here now. Marley Williams, risky kick across ground to Dwyer. Dwyer, a difficult ball. Caddy just corralling rather than lunging at him and letting him get around, which was very impressive. Now, Dwyer, Sam Dwyer runs the full journey. Little kick was without composure.
Hey, Jamie, just there, please.
Scotty Pendlebury working in a confined space. He is as good at that as anyone in the game. He never panics. Always seems to find his way through heavy traffic easier than anyone else. One of the things Nathan Buckley's been concerned about, he's been pretty open about, is his side's ability to work hard both ways. And when you talk about their forward press, that means everyone's got to get inside the forward half of the ground. And then when you defend, you've got to try and work as hard back. So far in this game, I think you'd be really happy with the work rate of young players who've come into the side.
O'Brien, searching kick-off half-back. Jolly's got Posiati where he wants him, and Swan was beautifully weighted on the inside. A clean gather here, and now a kick with control. Just got it on the outside of the boot.
It's almost like he was in two minds there, Dane Swan. He had Quinton Lynch running back to the goal square and didn't know whether to chip it over to him or kick the goal, and in the end sort of did neither.
Bruce, was it an unusual thing that players on the run like that try to poke a kick like that 30 metres? Isn't it more effective to just kick it normally?
Yeah, you'd rather see them get through it a little more, wouldn't you, with a little more effort, rather than just kind of control and caress the ball through.
It's a more natural kick, isn't it, to kick at 45 metres, but you see players do it. Dane Swan try to do it.
Oh, great mark over the top, taken by Schroeder. That's what they do in this field kicking, as they kick it harder. Here's Hawkins on a nice lead. Into the pocket, Blitzarms, but smothering attempt off the mark. And once again, Dwyer featuring strongly here. Blair's got to beat a cut ball. Did well. Got Harry O'Brien the run. Cracker's in the middle as well. Harry's looking for the give and go. Cracker wanted it back. O'Brien, nice kick. Good control, Collingwood.
This man here reads the transition of the ball as good as anyone, Jamie Elliott. As soon as his team... See the replay of the hanger there. Yeah,
Schroeder.
nice grab. Schroeder. But this man, Jamie Elliott, he sees his team win possession of the footy and he pushes forward into space as well as anyone, Jamie Elliott.
10 goals in his 7 games already this year. Elliott comes in. Kick on the way, straight through the middle. Looks pretty good, yes. He's got it for the Pies. They've got another. Big night here at the MCG, Saturday night football, good crowd in at the moment. Collingwood have already kicked their highest first quarter score for the year here and have still got 7 minutes remaining in it. Witts. Young ruckman they've been expecting and waiting for big things from for a while now, a bit of a project player. Mackie to Stokes, Stokes to Enright.
Just getting a little bit of space now that they like at half-back. Enright, the first 10 minutes, the ferocious forward pressure. That from Enright is a real shank.
Uncharacteristic turnover because normally he's very, very good by foot. Here's Lonigan under some pressure now and he didn't have it. He'll get the free.
Yeah, Clark's given away a free kick there. It'll be a Geelong ball.
Just on Enright, Darcy. A 78% kick effectiveness this year. Second of the top 50 ball winners in the competition.
Yeah, correct. But what's happening tonight, the pressure has got to the Cats so far and it's perceived pressure now. They are doing stuff like that. Even that ball from Christensen's just not the way they normally play.
Trying to be a little too inventive there.
This is Collingwood's forward pressure back somewhere near its best at the moment. They're forcing Geelong into errors.
Cracker's been lively, got that into a spot where Pendlebury will have difficulty against the defenders. They're very good sag-off defenders. Intercept marks, 109 Geelong, the second in the competition. And that, of course, means as defenders you must spread.
Pies fans thought that might have been the required 15 metres. It was pretty short.
It's not allowing the Cats to play on as much. They're holding them up like they have here and just can't get the transition going at the moment.
Selwood been significant already in this game. Caddy. Inside, once again, a ball hung high in the air, giving the defenders time to get into place. Blair, he's got Cracker, he wants someone else to go. He thought about Cloak, he's indecisive. Now it goes down towards Elliott. Elliott's over the top of him to punch away. Jolly straight between the legs, and it was Guthrie.
May have been better to go to Jolly as the tall target.
Out of bounds on the full there, boys. Darren Jolly's kick.
Off the leg, Lingy.
Off the leg, off Cam Guthrie. Pretty unlucky.
Plays on, kick around the corner. Bennett too much too early, Jolly.
It's amazing to see even the best players really feel under the pump when a team's bringing the pressure like Collingwood are tonight. Their forward pressure, every time Geelong picks up the footy, they're feeling under the pump. Even if they've got a little bit of time, it's that perceived pressure, and it's doing their heads in at the moment.
Even that kick there, it was under pressure, wasn't it, from Harry Taylor? He's normally precision-like.
I'll tell you what, that man there, Harry O'Brien, he's had some start to this game. It's been really good. Along with Blair, inside that forward 50, he's already up to 8 disposals, Blair, and taking some nice marks.
Good serve. Wits to Swan. Gee, Blue, quick whistle there. Razor, he does blow a quick whistle. Ball out wide. Stokes. Cats finally forced the ball in their 50. Brown. Swan got rid of it. He thought he was going to be tackled, that's why.
Yeah, free kick there. Stokes just over the top. That's Nathan Brown who's playing on Tom Hawkins at the moment. Gets it moving quickly. Again, this is the style that we're used to in Collingwood with the best team in the competition. Quick movement.
Oh, look at this. Cloak onto his left. He's got Jolly. He'll go. He thought about it, and then he said to himself, I'm a big man, and I don't think I can get the legs working in time.
Smart move from the big man.
Darren, that's your line.
And he's also a good set shot kick, Darren Jelly, so he won't be concerned about the accuracy or the range here. But this is classic Collingwood. Quick ball movement, caught the Cats defenders.
Look at this, Darcy. You can almost see him thinking, no, I'm big and I can't get going that quick.
Smart move.
There is Jolly. Pretty simple kick. He missed one a moment ago and he's missed another.
I like what he's doing tonight, Darren Jolly. He's really working hard forward of the ground. He got involved in some tackles in the first minute. He's swapping in the ruck with Wits, but we know he's a capable and dangerous forward, and he's doing his job nicely.
Christensen through some traffic. He had the ball stolen again. Cracker involved. Comes to Swan. Centering kick. It was pretty good as well. Ball was in there. He almost took it. Ball.
Come on.
Geelong jump on. So Geelong under enormous pressure, as Lingy's mentioned.
They have been slow starters this year, the Cats. They've come from behind in most games. The highest margin was 41.
Pendlebury touched. Play on, said the umpire. You heard the call.
Hey, Lingy, you're at ground level watching your old teammates. They look rattled at the moment. What happens at quarter time? Does Chris Scott just settle them down and say, OK, we've been outplayed, get back to our normal style?
Yeah, as much as you possibly can, Dash. You got to keep reminding the players to not run away from the physical pressure. Actually embrace it and try and beat them in a contest rather than just trying to run away from the play all the time.
Once again, the kick to a contest. Hold of the jumper, said the umpire. So Frida Hawkins, he's well inside the centre square, gets it to the top of the square. Harry O'Brien gets back off for the peel, and it was really well done.
He's playing with real insight, Harry O'Brien. He's hunting the ball in the air. He's really trying to get back and help his fellow defenders, Harry.
Dwyer. Selwood to Mackie, full steam Mackie. He's found something on the outside. It's Schroeder, gets a really clean look and had a lot of time, but didn't make it work.
Yeah, it just wasn't his best ball drop there, Jordan Schroeder, only his third game of AFL football. And
The blue spot, Josh.
quite hit it the way he'd like to have.
Biggest positive so far is that Collingwood's small forwards have got involved. Blair, Elliott, Cracker have been really good early.
Harry O'Brien out wide to the 2-on-1. Elliott's been impressive as well.
Good overhead, Elliott.
He is for his size, isn't he?
Got a great vertical leap.
Really good. Here's Lynch trying to help out side bottom there. Guthrie did well to bring the ball to the ground, and now he gets him in the scissor lock. Funny little stubby kick out from side bottom there. Harry Taylor had a go, and They're all having a crack here at the moment. Smets arrives. No winner here.
No, high ball.
Minute 29 left.
Jamie, please.
Collingwood by
Get the
17
meter, fellas,
points.
Get the meter. Get the meter. Play on.
Maxwell, the third man up. Swan really clean at the ground level. Got the handball off to Josh Thomas. Thomas goes long to Cloak. Lonergan did well. And now what does the umpire call? Free kick to Cloak. I think hands in the back. Let's listen.
Mark it here.
Said he got him in the
Here.
side.
Yeah, he definitely played hands in the back. See, that's interesting. Last week, there was no way that would have been paid.
It's more in the side there, Das, I reckon.
And I
Tell you
can
what,
understand the amazement of Chris Scott, because that's what's confusing about this rule at the moment.
The game I went to today, Brisbane and Essendon, that happened 50 times and not one was paid.
It's just too inconsistent.
And that was the right way to go. But we need to know. Cloak's kick is offline.
Doesn't like that side, Trav, does he? Generally pulls them.
12 scores that Geelong have conceded in this quarter. That's the most scores they've had against them in any quarter so far.
They've got one out the back here if the pod can get through.
You can now. Harry O'Brien's under real pressure here. Smets, was there a hold? Umpire said get on with it. An opportunity for Schroeder, did well. Siegeman came in. Enormous pressure. Motlop applying the tackle somehow. Got out of trouble through Thomas. Kick into a contest. Blitzars went without it. Swan. So they saved the day here, the Pies. Now it's up to Dwyer. Dwyer and Christensen. Did well at ground level. A couple of seconds left and that will be it.
Tell you what, BT, Harry O'Brien's effort defensively there was a goal saver right on the siren. What a start to this game. The Pies absolutely in control.
Collingwood by 18 points here at quarter time as Nathan Buckley talks to the big cue stick. 5-7-37 Geelong. 3-1-19.
The Quarter Time Break, brought to you by Carlton Draft.
Get involved in the Carlton draft pick. A little gift here for Still Sidebottom. The first goal of the game was a handball from Jimmy Bartell that you never ever see. You can download the app from the App Store now. Carlton draft pick. We'll let you know we'll take our triple shot at some stage in the second quarter. Carlton draft and play along with Still Sidebottom, our first goal kicker with the Carlton draft pick.
Quarter time at the MCG, and you can see that Collingwood a nice handy little buffer of 18 points here. 5-7-37 to the Cats, 3-1-19. Plenty of ball for Pendlebury and end right there as well. Cameron Ling is down at ground level, and Lingy, a pretty rough start for your mate James Bartell.
Yeah, absolutely, BT. It's incredible how really great intense pressure can even make the best players come undone. Jimmy's a big game player, proven performer, but even he was making mistakes. He had a horror first quarter, gifting Steele Sidebottom the first goal of the game there, and just made mistakes, fumbled the ball. I've never seen Jimmy Bartell fumble like that, and tried to have a fresh area here and was actually lucky that it ended up hitting the post and not bouncing through for a goal. So I'm sure he's happy that first quarter's out of the way. He'd want to make amends in this second quarter, but Collingwood been very, very good with their defensive pressure. Reminds me of a team that played in 2010 and did it extremely well.
Nice work, Ling. He's got Pendlebury this quarter, Richo, 10 possessions.
Oh, he stepped up to the plate, Scott Pendlebury. We talked about in the call, he's working close. Look at this here. He shrugs a tackle, he's in traffic, and everyone else sort of peels away from him. He just makes everyone else look like they're in slow motion when he's playing, and his work, he brings other people into the play. He's got great vision, like here. He waits, he feeds it off. That's a bit of that basketball in him, BT. I know you like that sort of stuff, but his work in traffic is outstanding.
Great decision maker, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
There he is, the man himself.
Yep, a couple of weeks ago, he accused his teammates of cheating, and I think what he was saying was that they just weren't working hard enough, both ends of the ground, and they've been so good at doing that for so long. It was a real worry for him, and I admire him for putting that out there in the public domain. He's got his captain back, Nick Maxwell, and they look really on top of their game so far.
Yeah, and it's guys like Harry O'Brien. I reckon he's played his best quarter for the year. But the reason they're really in the game is they're back to their best with their forward pressure. All of their small forwards, their harassment and pressure was outstanding, and they all got involved.
See Nick Maxwell ordering the troops down there at halfback, positioning the players precisely as Razor gets it underway for the second quarter. Collingwood by 3 goals.
Maxwell loose in defence, and this man here, Corey Enright, he's the loose for the Cats.
Mentioned before, he's kicking effectiveness of 78%, which is really high, and I reckon that's because he never tries to bullet the ball. He's always got a little bit of hang time in the footy. When he doesn't need to bullet, he doesn't do it. Out the back is Motlop. Little handball to Corey, wanted to get back into Motlop and just didn't have the bounce that was made for him.
Yep.
All over Reid, forced him to make the mistake. Well done in the end to hold it in the 50.
There's some uncharacteristic mistakes. That handball from Corey didn't quite connect up with Motlop. It was a metre behind him. It needed to be 2 metres in front. You would have backed Motlop's pace on, but you just got to keep paying respect to Collingwood. They have put the Cats off their game with pressure.
Boys, keep an eye on it too. Harry Taylor, as he's done so well this year, has just drifted down forward of the play. You can see him right at the top of your screen. He's so dangerous when he goes forward.
Keep an eye on that, Lingy. You've pointed that out. Free kick will go to Geelong
West
here.
have just got in the body when he's gone up for the ruck. Back to him.
What gets you to look at this, Stas?
You just grabbed him around the body when he's gone up for the ruck contest. Trent, that's your line.
Body language tells 1,000 words there from Darren Jolly. It's a pretty clear explanation from the umpire. He just grabbed him around the waist when he went up for the ruck. Well, they're very, very soft free kicks, those ones. I mean, you've got to actually engage in some physical play. He didn't restrict him, he didn't tackle him. I think that's pretty soft.
Trent West from about a 45-metre distance. Kick on the way looks pretty good. He stroked that beautifully, but just came back to the left.
That faded late. You know, that was home for all money. We're sitting right behind that kick from West, but had a late hook on it.
Cats have moved Jimmy Bartell forward now in this second quarter. Lingy spoke about his first quarter, so got a chance to make amends now inside the forward 50, Jimmy.
It's got a good habit, the champ, hasn't he, Jimmy Bartell, of finding the right moment in the game to step up.
Corey, handball onto Thurlow, just put it in the path of Hawkins. Hawkins now around the body with a high ball. It's tight, and I think it's a goal. It is to Hawkins.
We're watching Tom Hawkins do his warm-up, Richo. We're down on the ground. Every shot at goal he had was a snap around the body. I don't think I saw him kick one regulation drop punt. This is what he practices, and it's almost his favourite kick.
He's so good at him,
kicks
isn't
him so well.
Well done by Tom Hawkins.
Great strength through the body there too. He shrugged Reid off. Reid went to ground and finished off beautifully.
O'Brien goes into cloak. Blair an opportunity here in front of Thurlow. Cracker applying a bear-hugging tackle. Thurlow at the back now. Bartell can go. High ball on the head of Hawkins and Reid. Seedsman, Pendlebury. Didn't get control of it. Got Bartell a little high there. Probably should have got a free.
Gee, it's a hot ball, isn't it?
Hot ball.
You cannot afford to have one fumble tonight. You're going to be tackled otherwise.
Let's gradually get up.
Let's get down to Dr. Peter Larkins on Stevie Johnson, who was a late withdrawal tonight, Doc.
Yeah, Stevie J was a late withdrawal. He didn't train much during the week because he had a bruise in his calf. They thought he'd come up. He didn't even, he played out the game with it last week, so it was last week's game. But Geelong very conservative with Stevie J. He'll be right next week, Brian.
What a great tackle there for Big West. There's Stevie J in the coach's box. Looks like he's having a bit to say, Stevie.
He rates himself as a bit of a coach too, boys. He'd love being in there.
West. Podsiadly got the sit, but went too early in his jump. Maxwell. Off to Dwyer, and now Seedsman. Into the seagull-infested area out there. Mackie and Witts going at it. Harry Taylor joining in. Holden Smith somehow came out with the ball. Little kick to the lead of Podsiadly. Will he be a coach one day, do you think, Lingy? Stevie Johnson?
Nothing sure of BT. I should follow that statement up by saying he'd probably prefer to be out there running around than in the coach's box, but he does study the game a lot, and he will be a coach one day, no doubt.
Lynch in front taking a hammering then, and Cracker has tackled beautifully tonight.
Yeah, he's right on with his pressure tonight, Andrew. When Andrew tackles, he has the ability to steal the football as well, BT, not just take the tackle. He can take the ball out with it at the same time.
It's that Cyril Rioli, isn't it, to pin the arms.
His dad, Jimmy, here tonight. He works up in the mines in northwest Western Australia, and he is here tonight. Blair. Stokes, Harry O'Brien, a spinning pirouette out of trouble in there. No-look handball out the side door to Pendlebury.
Just about the best player on the ground for mine, Harry O'Brien. He's had most possessions. All of them have been absolutely effective.
Got the loose going here, but they've messed it up with a poor handball in the direction of Thomas in the end. Lonigan, likewise, a free kick given away by the Pies. It'll go to Mackie out there, is it?
No, it's Andrew Mackie, half back. And look, they've given away a couple of free kicks, but it's all been on the back of fanatical pressure. They're working so hard. And once again, that kick hangs in the air. And Duncan's under the pump.
Has to try and fight for it as a result. Seedsman on the Pendlebury left foot. He gets a real good look and doesn't make much to make the mistake. Poetry in motion when it comes to Scott Pendlebury on the left side. A gift for him.
Yeah, and on the back, a fantastic forward pressure again. Nathan Buckley would be wrapped with what he's seeing. You had the feeling the Cats were starting to make a move, pressing the start of this second quarter. It's a great goal for Collingwood to get.
Duncan looking for a little one around the corner. Swan found the gap through the middle. The kick to Cloak on the lead. He's got strong jukes. And now the deep kick in favour of Lynch. He was off on the lead, but he had to come back and compete with Harry Taylor. Ball. Thurlow in there. Let go of it. Now Harry O'Brien.
Just a panic kick. Again, they had options out wide, but the heat was applied, Richo, and they're making poor decisions under pressure.
And when you apply pressure deep like that, the defenders have got no choice but to try and ram the ball out of there. This is where you get these intercept marks, and Harry O'Brien, he's playing a ripping game.
That was the reaction to the long ball in. Here is Harry O'Brien from just outside 50, little left. Another high ball. Cats keep it in play rather than push it through for the behind. Bartel, really, really clever handball through the traffic, but you get the feeling it's going to come back through Dwyer. Let's get down to Dr. Peter Larkins on Billy Smetstock.
Yeah, he spent a fair bit of time on the bench, and he's limping on the left side. Look, he's got a knock around the knees. Back up forward for Geelong at the moment, but he can just see that little limp. He's just giving it away.
West over the back, side bottom. Read it beautifully. Touch, said the umpire, so no mark there once again. Cracker dispossessing, gets it to Dwyer. Dwyer drills the goal. Cracker again. Dwyer there taking his spot on the bench. A postie, an electrician, a bartender. That's what he's been doing, and all of a sudden he's played, what is it, 7 consecutive games in a row.
And he's doing it really well. And Collingwood, you can see there, tackles inside 59 already. That's their season average. And we're 6 minutes in to the second quarter. That gives you an idea of how well they are playing with that forward pressure tonight.
That sums up the whole game right there in that one little graphic. And look at him come from everywhere again, and the pressure's just too much for the Cats at the moment.
Has he had prior opportunity? That's the decision the umpire's going to make, and he says yes.
Thanks, Billy. Stand the mark, Billy. Jared, just go back to your kick. Just play on.
Umpire says play on. He wasn't sure whether it was allowed, and he gets it to Cloak. Boy, the tackling pressure, unbelievable.
Well, we heard after the game in Perth last Friday night that Bucks went out and sat on the bus pretty much on his own after they went in and had their warm down. Bucks was out on the bus, and I reckon it's been a pretty intense week. That Collingwood, they've come out playing unbelievable football here.
Yet to kick one, Trav Cloak, and this does suit his left foot.
Seen him kick some big goals from here, BT, on grand final days. He loves this little pocket at the MCG.
And he's got better and better at the set shot kicking. As time has gone on, that's a little right to left, although bending back now. And seen a few posters tonight.
Hey, Lingy, what do the Cats need to do at the moment to try and just stem the flow for 5 minutes?
Well, come back to, I'm almost a stuck record here, Richard. They've got to win contests. This is the real test for these so-called good young players playing against a team that's really genuinely bringing the heat. Collingwood's pressure is first class, big game, big crowd. This is when those young players are really tested. It'll be great to see how they respond.
Doc, Billy Smets.
Yeah, look, he got injured in that tackle when he lost the free. I reckon he'll come off again. The left knee looks like he can't move well, Brian.
Here's Hawkins marking.
That's a positive in this game is that Hawkins has actually looked really strong in the contest, though West fell over there.
Off hands, picked up by Caddy, snap it, goal, through the legs, was it touch? Yes, it was.
got called Big Lynchy Q-tip before, Brian.
You did, but I didn't want to pick you up on that,
Well,
Richo.
I reckon it's better than Q-stick. I reckon we just roll with Q-tip from now on.
I actually don't think so, Richo. I think you've completely butchered that. Here's Marley Williams, an inclusion into the Collingwood side this week with Ball and Russell and also Witts. Cloak to keep it rolling forward. Selwood did really well. There's Cracker. Nifty little kick, but Bartell's back on his lonesome. Time to drill and find Enright. So what can Geelong get going from here? Mackie.
Being forced wider here than they normally would like to as well, Richo. They're the best side at going through the corridor as Mackie decides to switch back to Bartell, but
First time tonight they've started to just create the looser little hairs from their back half.
The only difference is there's a handball received now, but it's been kick marked. They haven't been able to get that handball release, which really gets you moving forward.
Nathan Brown did well as Stokes spun out of the pack. So Geelong just working the thing forward here. It's a really good kick to Smets from Caddy. And Smets will line up from 35.
big 50-50 ball that was run in the middle of the ground. If it had gone out the other way, the Pies had numbers forward of the footy. The Cats had rolled the dice as well, and as this kick came through, they had a spare inside forward 50.
That's what Lingy just talked about, winning those crucial contests, and they did it then. Smets gets the opportunity to kick a goal.
Looking for the Cats second in this second quarter. From Billy Smets under a bit of an injury cloud at the moment. That one's out to the right and it'll stay. Camera's picking that up beautifully, following the flight.
I think this is a really interesting period of the game coming up for both sides. The Cats, right throughout this year, about this mark of the game, really power down, put 4 or 5 goals into their opposition and make a big statement. I think Collingwood will be pretty happy to take a 22-point lead into half-time, and it's got a bit of work to do yet.
They did it against Essendon last week, Richmond the week before. They piled on goals late in the second quarter.
Ball and Cracker. Cracker and Ball to each other. Cracker to empty goal square. Went to spiral.
I reckon he had his time again, Andy. He had Jamie Elliott in front of him. He could have almost just put it into his path. He would have run into an open goal
What
face.
about that? The confidence on the run to go the talk, though.
Yeah,
What about the ability to actually hit it cleanly, 60 metres?
he can do things that not many people can do, Andrew Cracker.
He can. Loves this place. Guthrie into the middle with a ripping kick to Duncan. Duncan turns around. He'll look to go deep. He's got 2 options here, both of them free down the field, but they didn't hit either of them in the end, and they've turned the ball over as a result. Swan, what does he do with it now? Goes high. Elliott caught behind Taylor over the top. He's done well. He's almost marked it. Now a little bit of soccer skill. Podsiadly came to the rescue.
She almost backed Elliott in there. He's a fantastic mark for a small forward.
Motlop trying to bust the lines and get some run into the team.
On the ball.
They're making these tackles stick right in the middle of the ground, and it's having a massive impact on the game. Let's get down to Dr. Larkins.
Yeah, Geelong have subbed Billy Smets out of the game, Das, so Josh Hunt about to come on. Smets getting some treatment on his left ankle.
So Smets with the red vest into the game. Josh Hunt, who is playing his first game of footy this year in the absence of Taylor Hunter. He's probably taken his position. Corey to Podsiadly, and we think of Josh Hunt, Das, at the moment. This is his first game this year. He's played 3 or 4 in the VFL, and I think his career's at now.
Right at the crossroads. He's a 186-game veteran. We know that he's a good kick. He's been a premiership player, but there's a lot of pressure coming from the young, talented Geelong stars, and I think tonight's a big opportunity for him to reassert himself in the side.
Absolutely. Mackie got one in the back, should get a free, and he does.
2 hands on him, mate. Nah.
Tells Paul Seedsman had 2 hands on him, fair enough. Now Mackie goes long and deep, lost a touch on his man there. Pendlebury lost him, and they moved a little bit. Hall and Smith, Caddy came in, tried to get it to Bartell, got boot to ball, needs a good bounce, didn't get it.
Let's have a look at Nick Maxwell sliding in. My initial feel was that the umpire umpired this correctly. Well, that's actually going back to one that was Podsiadly over the top. Now, I reckon that would have been paid in the first or second round of the game, Richo, but to me, it's not a dangerous or violent act or anything we need to worry about. Play on's the right call.
It's like the push in the back rule. I reckon they've just worked it out a little bit now. That bit of common sense is being used with making the decision.
Got the loose here again. Collingwood, they find eventually side bottom now. McCaffar got to get around Lonigan, went with the high ball, one-on-one. Here's Lynch and Podsiadly over the back. Stokes to just tidy things up for the Cats.
Oh, nervous kick again there. It's come off this time to Mackie, but
Harley, meter, please.
He's been on the end of a couple of kicks inside that defensive 50, Mackie, where he's had to hold some hot marks.
Brown and Hawkins. The fans caddy back to Hall and Smith. Hall and Smith finds an opportunity in Schroeder. Schroeder over the top. Here's another opportunity for the Cats. Christensen gets a look, got it in the goal square. Bartel goals. Easy in the end.
Jimmy Bartel kicks the easiest of goals from 1 metre. Big centre clearance here. 16 points now. Das just mentioned before that the Cats have been challenging late in second quarters and really turning up the heat, and here they go.
Well, they have 2 goals apiece in this quarter, Richo, and this is where they really start to come on strong against their opponents here, the Cats. Russell. Wide to ball. Ball, just a beautiful use of the body. That's how you do it without the hands.
yeah, great sign that for Luke Ball coming back from the knee reconstruction. He's had hamstring complications as well, but it'll give him a little bit of confidence.
Hot game to make you come back in. You can't just ease into it, can you, with the pace?
Jolly, if Thomas was available, he may not have got back in this week. He may have had another one, but from all reports, he was ready. Jolly goes deep, looking for Cloak off hands. The Pods does the mop-up work, picked up the beautiful half volley. Got Swan, did he get him high initially in the tackle? Swans is wondering. Has a bit of a Bo Peep at the big scoreboard, looking for a replay. West, knockdown. Corey, fast hands. Got in the way, Dwyer here. Swan, give the little one off to Pendlebury, who was on his left. Missed that. Tidied up himself, and now Elliott's taken the mark.
It's touched.
See the touched or not the distance. It was touched, was it?
Yeah, I think it was touched off the boot BT.
Thank you.
Little Razor Ray back on the big stage, and
Oh, enjoying it.
he loves it, Ray.
Just enjoying it at the moment. Hall and Smith to Stokes to Christensen. Funny little kick, trying to get it along the ground. Handball off to Lynch, around the corner. Can get enough on it. Geelong, plenty of numbers back. Lonigan, Enright and Podsiadly. Almost entering red time here. What have Geelong got for us here at the end of this quarter? Can they tidy things up on the scoreboard? There's 16 points adrift. Seedsman to Russell. Russell will want to get this long and deep. He does. But Cloak's got to beat a couple. Underneath it, over the back is Swan. All of the Geelong players fall over. Bartel under enormous pressure with another fumble. Cloak comes in, and now Corey did really well. How composed was he? And there's Josh Hunt getting a look. The sub that's been activated because of the injured Smets.
Gee, did that beautifully, Scott Pendlebury.
There's Lynch on the lead, and Lynch marks, and he's a thumping kick. Normally the dramatics of taking the glove off would occur here, but he doesn't do that anymore, Richo.
Has to affect his ball drop, Quinton Lynch, having the glove on the right hand.
Well, he's just taken it off. He's tucked it in the shorts.
He doesn't normally do that anymore, does he?
He has been leaving it on this year. He used to throw it away quite dramatically.
I reckon he's realised that it's hurting his ball drop and he has to take it off.
Yeah, you must have that feel in your right hand, I reckon. Here's a big kick. Lynch on the way. That looks very, very impressive. His first goal since round 3, the big Q-stick.
Q-tip.
Yes, as you refer to him. Back in the middle of the ground. 4.5 remaining before this half is complete. Jolly out of the middle. Following up his own good work, really good hands. McCaffrey worked it forward. Harry Taylor arrives at centre half back.
It's so good, the Magpies, at shutting down this break and run. A little fumble there again from Hall and Smith. They really have just put them under all sorts of pressure. Again, it's just that extra hand in second guess. Podsiadly misses another handball.
Back here.
So this press that Collingwood are applying at the moment,
Number 18, okay? Thanks.
of course, designed and so effective under Mick Malthouse in his days at Collingwood, has come back here tonight and assisted the Pies.
I think the thing, BT, that Collingwood like when they play Geelong is that they know that the Cats are so confident in their game style, they'll never second-guess themselves, so they'll keep taking it on. When it starts to unravel, they haven't got anywhere else to go, and you can really score heavily against them as they still try and press through the middle of the ground.
Side bottom, lost it in the lights, but no harm done.
And that Collingwood press designed by Mick Malthouse was designed to combat Geelong's ability to use that quick handball, that run and carry through the middle part of the ground to shut it down. Geelong, when they overuse the handball, Collingwood's pressure just keeps coming, and eventually wears them down.
Selwood, doesn't he love doing that? Doesn't he do it very effectively? Look at the smother by Cracker, who's done all the little things here tonight very, very well. Cloak, the turnover, can they make them pay? They're out here, the Pies. There's nothing long. Q-stick goes to the open goal square. He just saw the big sticks and he said, I'm the man to get this done.
Yeah, he had side bottom working really hard through the middle of the ground. He didn't see him. It's not his fault, but a kick to the middle of the ground then, and he had side bottom running in.
Cats are queuing up here in the middle of the ground again. That's where Josh Hunt wants to go with the footy, but it's being owned, the corridor. They have to work really hard, hit precise kicks through the middle of the ground because the Magpies have got all their numbers through the middle.
Love another look at that Cracker smother and then pick up off the ground.
It was good, wasn't it? Really love watching Andrew Cracker do that. Through the middle of them comes Dwyer. Harry O'Brien to that man Dwyer. Out wide again, some space with Josh Thomas. Here's Cracker, he takes the mark. Very unselfishly over the top to Cloak, who runs into the open goal. Collingwood by 28 on the eve of half-time.
Well, this is what Collingwood's pressure is doing. Stephen Motlop from half-back decides to unload a 70-metre torp because he looked up, and for the first 7 rounds of the season, they were able to waltz through the middle of the ground, pick off a short target. Not tonight, so he's doing stuff that's way outside their game plan. There's no way Chris Scott wants him kicking barrels off half-back. It comes back the other way, Collingwood kick another goal.
Well, long before half-time, 2 minutes to go here now. Pendlebury. West got it deep inside 50. Hawkins a chance. Reid did well to knock it around. Here's the dangerous Motlop. Explosive to get back his feet. Hook over the shoulder, missed.
Geez, how quick was he to get back to his feet? Made something out of nothing there, Motlop.
Really good. He needs to get going and find some run that Collingwood have not allowed Geelong to do tonight. 1:46 to the half. Witts. Selwood, Harley Williams. The top of the footy, just got rid of it in the nick of time, but the pressure was good enough to force the turnover. Picked up at the end by Thurlow, finds the Podsiadly. And this will be a comfortable distance for him.
Yeah, needs to go back and
Harry, you stay there.
nail this one, the Pod.
Biggest lead of the game. 28 points after that goal was kicked by Cloak. Now at 27. So a really important kick nearing the half-time break. Collingwood have kicked 4 in the quarter. Geelong have 2 and a chance of their 3rd. Deliberate right behind him here. A little bit right, needs to bend, and it does not.
He only kicked the 6 goals this year. Hasn't kicked one for a couple of weeks. James Podsiadly has been going back into defence a little bit this year, though.
Play on, John, play on! You.
Nathan Brown has to thread the needle here. And Reid did his best under the pressure from Podsiadly. So Pendlebury's had 18 touches to the half. Stokes has had 19 for Geelong. Off hands here is Corey. Did he get tackled a little high from Marley Williams? Josh Hunt trying to bore a hole through there. There's Cracker again. Been explosive tonight. Has the specialist. Jordan Russell driven over the line by Bartel. There he is. He is the MCG specialist Cracker, and he's done it all tonight. Pressure, offence, defence. Blair to Pendlebury, 20 seconds. Cracker wide again here on the wing. Opportunity, but that's not such a good kick. Blitzarve's a chance for Geelong to score here. 10 seconds if they're direct, and they're not. Stokes around the corner. pouring now. Sees Mackie.
Another turnover in the middle of the ground as we get to the half-time siren. What a half a footy from Nathan Buckley's Pies. Andrew Cracker has been sensational. The captain's back in the team, Nick Maxwell. He's pumped about it. Pendlebury, arguably the best player on the ground in the first half. And Joel Selwood and the Cats BT, they've got some issues at half-time. They trail by 26 points.
Indeed, they have. Scotty Pendlebury doing really well. As I said, Matty Stokes, the leading possession getters. Let's get down to Cameron Lingy. Talk us through what's going on in your mind, Lingy.
Well, it's all about Collingwood's pressure at the moment, BT. It's been absolutely first class. They put the Cats under the pump. I'm going to head down into the Geelong rooms now and find out what's going on down there. But it's Collingwood by 26 points at the MCG.
After the break, we'll head down inside the inner sanctum for the first half fallout and cross to Footy Central where Baz is standing by to update us on the Swans and the Dockers match. Plus, we'll address all of the day's hot topics.
Half-time brought to you by Toyota, proud supporter of grassroots footy.
Nab kickers here at half-time getting amongst the action. Skills mightn't have been absolutely spot on, but the enjoyment factor was very, very high indeed. The earnest approach to the fullback kicking out there. And look at the clean hands at ground level. Not even the seagulls moved. He was that smooth. Young lady getting an unfair push in the back there, I thought. Probably deserved the free. But in the end, it was a goal over the top that made it all worthwhile. Look at this for a clean drop. That is how you do it, Travis Cloak. Magnificent stuff there from our NAB Oz kickers. Collingwood leading by 26 points here at the halftime break. 9-9-63 to the Cats. 5-7-37. Sorry.
I want to take a look at Harry O'Brien, who has had an extraordinary first half of footy. 17 disposals, Richo, and was one of the most dominant players on the ground. It was that real run and carry. Takes off, he uses his leg speed, he really changes pace every time he gets to put. Look at this, puts first 2 or 3 steps in, gets the handball back. He's been sensational.
He has, Das. Every time he had the football, he had real intent to get the ball moving forward for his team and get meterage for his side. And the other thing he did, he hunted the ball in the air a couple of times, took some intercept marks. He pushed down the ground, he was involved in the press, had that shot on goal. Didn't kick the goal, but great signs.
Couple of injured Pies there, BT.
There's Tyson Goldsack. And is that Possum Eyes there, BT?
Yep,
it is.
The nighttime operator.
Yep.
Have a look at the live ladder here at the moment, and we've got Hawthorn currently on top of the ladder with the Cats being beaten at the moment. And it is Collingwood who will be inside the 8 if they can continue the second half and win. The big move, look at the Gold Coast Suns up into 10th position on the ladder. Back-to-back wins for the first time in their history. They cleaned up the Western Bulldogs, Richard.
Yep. Yeah, Dale Thomas has tweeted through. That's a great half of team football. Big second half, go Pies. I'm sure Bucks would have reasserted the points from before the game, and forward pressure would have been the main one.
There's Tom Hawkins on screen, who I think's actually moved better than he has done in previous weeks. BT's taken a couple of strong grabs, hasn't gone back and slotted too many through in the first half, but you know, a couple of goals. His kick around the body was a great sign. So probably one of the real positives to me is Hawkins, despite the fact his side has battled a bit.
Well, Chris Cott said earlier tonight that he's had a bit of a bad back, a bit of a back issue, and that's why he hasn't been as perhaps athletic as he normally is. So that's obviously getting better week by week. Richo?
I think at half-time, the Cats would have looked at it, and you've had Matty Stokes, has had plenty of the ball. Bartel, although he started off with some fumbles and some errors, he had plenty of the football as well, but it fell away pretty quickly for the Cats tonight. They haven't been getting the even contribution. Christensen's only had the 8 disposals tonight. Selwood has been held beautifully to only 7. So they haven't had that contribution across the board that they've been getting across the opening rounds of this season.
I wonder whether Chris Scott will be tempted to do anything structurally different to throw the side around it. I get the feeling, Jimmy Bartel I can see pushing forward, who started defence and has had a little bit of an awkward night for Jimmy that you would not normally see him with a couple of fumbles, but he's a good enough player, of course, to bounce back. Joel Selwood has been tagged heavily by McCaffer. I'd like to get a little bit more out of their captain, who's just had the 7 disposals in the game. So I don't think they'll throw the side around too much, although Bartel looks as though he's going deep into the goal square, Richard.
Yeah, I like that because we know how good a mark that he is. Darcy's a terrific mark as a midfielder, one of the best marks in the competition, and he's actually looking like he is going to be the deepest forward coming out of the goal square, Jimmy Bartel.
So just about ready to get it underway here in the second half. Crowd of about probably 65,000 here tonight, I reckon. Harry O'Brien's form has been impressive. 17 first half touches for O'Brien.
Cats have only got 4 players inside their forward 50. They're pushing up their flanker to the wing, the extra flanker, and playing the 2 loose men in their defensive half.
So can Collingwood sustain the tackling pressure that they've applied on Geelong here in the second half? The Cats have been able to find a way to win against all comers this year. Will they do the same here? Out of the middle, Russell, little quick kick straight to Enright. Enright elects to go wide to Christensen, and volleyball knock on there from Caddy to Duncan. And the tackle once again has forced the ball over.
A carbon copy of what we saw in the first half. It's the Cats from half back, unable to link up and run through the way they would normally do and have done right throughout this season. It's the pressure that's forcing them into error.
There's McCaffer, Swan playing in front of his man Duncan. Blair turned on a foot, but he bit there. Here's Big Wits, couldn't get the long arms there as Mackie now applies a very aggressive tackle. Ball stays in the field of play.
There's that mismatch again. Andrew Mackie started on Wits. He's giving away about 13 or 14 centimetres to Big Wits. He's a huge man, 208 centimetres.
Yet to see whether he can go forward and mark the ball, have we? He's gone forward now. Can he mark it?
Well, he should be able to. He's playing on Andrew Mackie, who, you know, realistically, one-on-one shouldn't be able to compete with him in the air.
Of course, it is hard to get someone to match up on Wits with his height, Richo. Unless Sandlands is playing, of course, it's always going to be pretty hard to get a match up for him.
Yeah, that's right. We'd to get Patrick Ewing or someone over to play him.
So it's a 16 centimetre differential and about a weight advantage of close to 20 kilos.
Just dirtying up slightly there, Richo, but
I was trying to think of someone tall, and Patrick Ewing was the only one I could think of.
The New York Knicks, famous centre, of course. Ball to Reid. Reid down to Swan. Swan and Enright go at it. 2 old campaigners. Corey Enright incredibly consistent. Likewise, Swan in their careers. Both of these men were pretty good as well. Chris Scott looking incredibly relaxed. Jolly down on this occasion to Thomas. Cloak hold. Who's it for?
Oh, gee, that's... I reckon that was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, that contest.
Lynch with the punch away. Dwyer goes and get it. So a bit of a benign opening here to the second half. Josh Hunt now sees something he likes in the way of Mackie. A fumble, though, allows Reid to come in. Tried to find a little handball through there. A no-looker from Harry. They're out of the loop here. Hawkins has got West on. Went the little handball back over the top. Long ball. Bartel will take the mark in the pocket. Seedsman makes sure he doesn't go around the corner.
Paul is the marker that can lead up.
They've almost pioneered this shot. Stevie J, the master at it, where you start at right angles to the goal and just snap it around your body. Very, very good at it.
He started on the pickets here, so he has to run in the one direction. Otherwise, it will be play on out of bounds. Bartel around the corner. Good-looking ball. He's got it. What a great goal from Jimmy.
I think the thing the Cats will be excited about is that when they have managed to break through the forward pressure, they've actually got a loose man out the back 2 or 3 times, Richo. So much of Collingwood's aggressive intent is around the middle, but they're getting exposed occasionally out the back.
Mackie off half-back. A long ball to Hawkins. A 2-on-1. Maxwell couldn't make it stick. Coming through there was Schroeder. Harry O'Brien with a bump, but not before he got it off to Bartel. Seedsman gets in the way.
They can't be deterred, though, can they, Darcy? They've got to keep going with this ferocious pressure. Occasionally, you're going to get easy goals when you do get through, but the Pies have just got to keep at it.
Seedsman to McCaffar.
I wouldn't worry about Geelong losing any faith in their system either. They'll just keep going the way they do.
Cloak right in the neutral wing position.
He's got big Wits down the line. He just has to make a contest here.
Now Wits is in front in the contest. He got well and truly under the footy there. Judgment not great. Collingwood a few numbers in front of it. Side bottom. Has a bit of a look. Quick kick inside to Lynch, and Harry Taylor did well with Enright.
Cats have really got numbers behind the football now, so they're obviously just want to clog Collingwood up and then slingshot back the other way with run and carry with the extra numbers behind the football. You can see everyone in Collingwood's forward 50 here.
Jolly looking for the double-hander over the back, but West took it out of the ruck. To Motlop now. Hawkins, was he held? Yes, he was.
This is where he's looked stronger, Richo, in the contest, hasn't he? He's been able to hold his ground better than he has done in the past couple of weeks.
And now it's just a race back, all those numbers in transition.
Poor kick by Hawkins put Motlop into a bit of a trap, but off the bench came Selwood. A nice feeding handball to Stokes, and a dangerous kick from Stokes to Bartel. Russell and Bartel hold each other. Beautiful pick up by Dwyer. How about that in the one hand? But have a look at this. Taylor and Witts. Now this is really going to test Witts out. Taylor just went past him like he was standing still, and he wants to take him on, Harry.
Yeah, he got some good support there. Seedsman was the cavalry that was the first to arrive, and they got a sense that Big Witsy was maybe out of his depth there.
Russell. Elliott quickly realised he was going to be under pressure. It ends with him now. So transfer from the south side to the north side. Beautiful kick to space for Swan. Umpire said he ran off the mark. So that's why the play on call. Josh Thomas now to Elliott. Elliott to Crack, a little short on the kick though. Elliott, the smother, Duncan. Left foot kick into Lynch, it was great.
That's a bad clanger from Mitch Duncan. Q's going to go back and have a shot at goal. Hey, Lingy, Mitch Duncan is an interesting player. He just doesn't seem to be right full of confidence at the moment.
No, you're absolutely right, Darcy. He's made a few blues tonight, and it's more his decision-making, his defensive decision-making that the club is continually at him to work on. He's been exposed a little bit. He's tried to play the role on Dane Swan tonight. Swan's got away from him. I think they're struggling to find a spot for him tonight where he can play a really positive role.
217th game for Quentin Lynch. 35 minutes out. He tried to kick that one a little harder. Ran to the left. So 20 points, the gap. Stokes plays on and goes straight up the middle. Looking for Hawkins and Brown again. This time they release. Blair in there with the handball. Selwood knocks it away. Through comes an opportunity here for Dwyer. Dwyer goes back in looking for and finding Elliott. Elliott out the back. Goes into the open goal and kicks.
Sam Dwyer's effort there at half forward. He had Joel Selwood bearing down Richo. As Chris Scott laments another missed opportunity, but the young boy Dwyer, only his 8th game of AFL footy. It's a brilliant effort. Got through Selwood, got around back into the corridor, and really good vision and awareness. He had Elliott out the back and found him.
Yeah, he had pretty much a 3-on-1, but he had to make the right decision. And Elliott, he is a great goal slinger. He's found form again tonight. He's been a little bit quiet. He had that purple patch earlier in the year, but he's gaining in confidence as the night goes on.
Thanks, Darren.
So Jamie Elliott with his 2nd goal, and Collingwood back out to a 26-point margin now.
Block. Put the leg out.
Yeah, Darren Jolly saying, well, hang on, I didn't touch him. I might have put my leg out, but surely I have to make contact there. Was Jolly arguing his case?
Aren't you allowed to use your knee to jump on them anyway?
Would have thought so.
Selwood off here to Christensen, gets a really good look around the corner, and that's a quick reply for the Cats.
Here's the ruck free kick paid, and I can see where Darren Jolly's just bemused by that. He did jump with his knee up. That's what you do in the ruck, and he didn't make any contact.
Yeah,
so,
interesting.
Soft one that costs the Pies a goal.
Selwood in there again. Handball to the man that kicked last. He's looking for the give and go from Motlop. He's got it. He's got a bit of space and time. Christensen, 2 and 30 seconds. Cats back in business.
Well, another centre clearance here. Selwood getting involved again. Been involved in the last 2 goals. The old 1-2 from Christensen. He's a clinical finisher. Didn't have much time to steady there. Big clearance here for Collingwood now. They need to answer.
How do they answer? Or is it a Cat team on the march? Paul got an important clearance. Josh Hutt was held by the arm.
I'm held.
They crack up.
Play on now.
She said right. He just, as soon as his team wins the footy, he spreads.
Just got a bit of a life in them all of a sudden here now, the Cats. You can feel the energy rising.
Look at the pick up there from still side bottom with one hand. It was brilliant stuff.
Under pressure though, kicks it straight to Enright.
That's what makes this team so good. They win possession at half-back and they just spread fast, and that's why they can score so quickly.
Nice judgment there by Nathan Brown. He just says to his mates, we just need to settle here, period of settling.
Play on.
And he'll just ram it back down the line and hope that Lynch can get it over the line. McCaffer did better than all of those options.
Yeah, he's doing a really nice job tonight, Brent McCaffer. He's got the tag and roll on the skipper, Joel Selwood, who's just had 11 disposals.
Backins signed to Pendlebury. Beautiful kick. Extended the arms. Jolly released Lynch. Now Swan again, who started this on the half-back line. Kick inside 50, though. Getting back, Thurlow.
Move it on. Play on.
Start of this quarter, Geelong have done a really good job of trying to get Harry O'Brien deep. They used Jimmy Bartel to try and do it, but he's pushing himself up the ground now, looking to get involved.
What about that for a kick from Harry Taylor? Now Mackie, 55 out. 3 in a row for the Cats.
You called it, Bristol. This kick from Harry Taylor was as good a kick as we've seen on the night. 55 metres to the perfect position, got the overlap run, and that has created 3 in a row. Cats are on fire at the moment.
Collingwood up by 8 points in the game, but Geelong are up by 18 points in this quarter here. 3 in a row and doing it very nicely indeed. Side bottom takes the mark. They have kicked goals at the 9, 10 and 11-minute mark of this quarter, the Cats.
Well, the Collingwood fans wanted a 50 there. Well umpired.
Thanks, Job.
They've won third quarters over the season by 21 points, Geelong, and here they are 18 up in this third quarter now. Reid. As Collingwood get all their players forward to the footy here. There's Lynch. Josh Hunt, wrapping tackle.
Slow build-up from the Magpies. We spoke a lot about their tackling pressure and their intensity, but the thing they also did was move it quickly in the first half of the game, Collingwood. And so far in the second half, they've just had to go back into their shell a little bit.
Jolly was looking for Swan. Lynch got in the middle of all that. Selwood the give and go. The tackle by Blair. Really slick handball work from a fired-up Cats outfit. The kick from Thurlow.
Look at the speed.
Out in front of Motlop. Can Pendlebury close him down? He goes the right foot. Banana along the ground. Bending for 4 in a row. Missed.
See, I thought Motlop might have, you can see he's not happy. I thought he might have just put the turbo on and said to Scotty Pendlebury, can you catch me?
Gee, Selwood's lifted. McCaffer had done a terrific job, but he's had 7 disposals.
Pendlebury did corral, but he did have a look of resignation in his eyes, didn't he? If that had happened to us.
He felt like Motlop might have had him.
His Cloak on the lead. A little under it. Lonergan. Look at them start to run now. Handballing it every time they get it. And once again, a little ball presented here. And the mark is taken by Schroeder. 52 metres out. Basically directly in front. For 4 in a row. And to get them within 1 point, it was only 4 minutes ago. They were 26 points down. Schroeder comes in. Just a little left.
He fancied himself from there, Schroeder, and had no dramas with the length. Just overkicked it a little bit to the near side.
Well, Lingy mentioned they were trying to drag Harry O'Brien back deep, and he hasn't had a touch yet this quarter, and he was close to best on ground at half-time.
Let's move the ball
Here he is now, Harry, for his first disposal this quarter.
It's taken some 16 minutes to get that, Richo. Cloak did well with the body on Lonigan there. Look in the middle to Pendlebury. Pendlebury gives the handball off rather nonchalantly to Ball. Ball a low one. Side bottom, beautiful hands. Quick little kick to Widge. I reckon it was meant for Seedsman. He ends up getting on the end of it from 55 metres out. A really good kick from Seedsman. What a response.
Well, this is just a series of quick hands that allows this kick here. That was creative by Sidebottom. He had to get released to that quickly, and Seedsman finishes from 52, but they've got to keep doing that. They've got to run and link and carry against this Geelong team.
Corey with the clearance for Geelong. Mark taken.
Well, we saw him get the journey straight. He's not going to, this time, go back.
This time to the space of Hawkins.
Well, that was outstanding, that kick from Schroeder. Tom Hawkins pretty much had his back turned there, the space just pushed off into it, and a perfect kick.
About 8 teammates got over to Schroeder and said, that is brilliant stuff. That
15 seconds, Tom.
is what we require in his 3rd game tonight, Schroeder.
So Hawkins using all of these allotted time here. Starts his approach, so he can't be called to play on now once you've started your approach. Hawkins comes in. 25 metres out, a little bit of angle. That's a goal. Geelong have got 4 of the last 5. The 2 formers there. Brax, of course, the Premier, and Costa, the former president of the Cats.
We're pretty excited about how this great team is responding at the moment.
Witts straight to Bartel. And once again, this formidable Cats outfit on the march here at the moment. Harry O'Brien over the back. Caddy just pushes him out of the way, got rid of it in the nick of time.
That's what you love and respect about the champions of the game. Jimmy Bartel is an out-and-out champion. He had the worst first quarter I think I've ever seen him play tonight. Didn't phase him. Back onto it, 18 disposals, 2 goals. Just keeps on keeping on.
Different position, gone forward. Doesn't care where he plays, just gets on with it. Selwood almost got out of that tackle. Ponziati put his head over it, won the hard one. Motlop wrapped up by Harry O'Brien. He made sure he pulled him back.
A lesser player might have thought, oh no, I'm having a shocker tonight, not my night. Things aren't going my way. I may be feeling flat, I'm a bit tired. He just wasn't concerned at all.
O'Brien. They've got out to a 28-point lead tonight. They haven't been headed at all. There's Mackie, point of the square at half-foot, chipping ball. Dangerous for Collingwood. Ponziadley. Great contested mark.
Yeah, great mark. They've really got ascendancy out of the middle in this quarter.
I wouldn't mind looking at this one on Harry O'Brien, though. Nearly hands in the back, boys.
First time we've heard from Lee for a while. He's been a bit quiet, our mate, but that's fair calling. I reckon that's probably an example of exactly where you should pay a push in the back. You're right, Lee.
Just see how neutral I am, Dusk, picking that one up.
Ponziadley to square the game up. Comes in, simple kick, got it. Scores a level. Ponziadley with his first goal, scores level. They've kicked 5 of the last 6 here, Geelong. It's a resurgent Geelong outfit. And they bust their way into front. The Tarves hasn't done a lot tonight. Motlop there. They win it again. Bartel almost stole it there, and he was on his way if they did. There's Marley Williams. Hawkins' big body got in the way of the Marley Williams attack. Picked up by Christensen. Handball back inside to Motlop. Marley Williams couldn't get hold of him. Motlop around the corner for a miracle goal. They have hit the front, Geelong. Geelong are in front by a goal. And if looks could kill.
This team, they just score so quickly. They're never out of a game. They've come back earlier this year, 41 points down against North Melbourne. It was 28 points a blink of an eye ago. and now they're a goal in front, and it's been on the back of their skipper. He has lifted this quarter. Christensen, who was quiet at half-time, Motlop, all of a sudden, the self-belief in this group, they just go bang, and once they get a sniff, it's really hard to contain them.
And Richo, it started out of the centre bounces. You mentioned Joel Selwell, but also Jimmy Bartell and Joel Corey just been incredible getting centre clearance after centre clearance in this quarter.
Jolly tackled by Stokes, forced to let it go, so
I guess that self-belief would come with having about an 80% win-loss over 7 years, wouldn't it, Darvis?
Had a little bit of stored up belief in the way you go about it. I mean, a lot of these guys just haven't ever had a period of time where they get beaten.
No,
Joel Selwood's played his whole career. He just expects to win every time he's out there.
28 points down they were towards the end of that second quarter. Here go Collingwood inside 50, a one-on-one. Witts put up the hand, but he never looked like marking it. Guthrie, long handball. Enright to Duncan. Duncan squares it up, good smother by Jolie, but Duncan got it straight back and went long again. Reid getting back with the flight of the ball. Tom Hawkins nearly ran away with it off the front and centre. Swan wished he didn't give it, stolen by Motlop. He straightens now on his non-preferred left side.
Tell you what, if you're a Magpie supporter, that three-quarter time siren cannot come quick enough. It's just an avalanche all one way at the moment. And the pressure has disappeared. Their run and their ability to move the ball quickly has disappeared. They just need to reload. I think Nathan Buckley, the question whether his side was a good team last week, BT, at the end of the game, well, there'll be more questions after this. They have got a real challenge on their hands at the moment, this group.
Swan, beautiful kick to Witts. Now he needs to mark this, didn't get there in time. So West beat him to the ball, so I think probably off hands, kept it alive here, Caddy, but whether Collingwood are going to make that sub soon. Bartell to Harry O'Brien. Do they leave Jolly one out? Can they take Witts off and leave him one out?
I think you take Witts off. You go for the extra runner at the moment. He just hasn't been able to get into the game. Big Witts, he's a work in progress.
Yeah, well, they've definitely got to get a big man off and a runner on.
Well, he's probably the one that's giving them the least output at the moment.
Collingwood have only won 2 last quarters this year as well, so they're going to have to buck the trend.
Poke to Jolly. Jolly to Cracker. Cracker with the balking evasive skills. Couldn't get it done on that occasion. Jolly sees Reid. He winds up on the left boot from 55 metres out. Hammers a long ball. Bartell on the line. Got it.
There, still.
Does it every week. Jimmy Bartell.
BT, these are the margins Collingwood have been down in each game. Geelong have been down in each game this year. 30, 41, 16, 19, 9, 19, 21, and they were 28 points down tonight. So they have come from behind.
So the belief is astronomical.
So they just know that they get down, they come back.
3:30 left, as Dar said, three-quarter time. Cannot come quick enough for the Pies.
All right, look at you, Darren. You're sitting on his head, mate. Up, please.
Oh, that's Razor Ray Chamberlain at his best.
That's the last one you get.
And he just said to Jared Blair, that is the last warning you get.
Warning for what?
Yep,
Said to him, you're kidding yourself, Razor. I think it might have been with an expletive attached to it.
Little yap there, I reckon. Blitzarves reaches over the top of Swan.
A little bit of yap doesn't hurt you, does it? Just a bit of banter.
3-minute mark left in this quarter. Duncan, Caddy kept it alive, really good. Stokes around the corner, Podsy and Lee. Seedsman under some pressure here. Reid there as well. Eventually Maxwell with the little kick, but it may well come back here. Was that a free? It was. Stokes with the free kick.
Let's have a look at this one. It was just a very slight glance to Stokes. It was marginal. I suppose it was high, but
The Pies without a free kick this quarter, and the supporters getting a little restless, I might add, as a result of that. Nothing that says they have to. McCaffrey was there, sticks the tackle. Now Harry O'Brien and Bartell on a collision course. The ball locked in, stolen in the end by Lynch, just took it out of his hands. And now Elliott.
Saying that, Brian, you wouldn't go many quarters without getting one free kick, would you?
No, probably not. Elliott to Seedsman. What was that handball? Straight to Geelong, Enright Corey. And eventually Marley Williams with a tackle there on Schroeder. And that's high against Seedsman.
Darren Jolly's back there.
Minute 44 in the third quarter, Geelong by 7. They started this quarter 26 points down.
Yeah, well done. Well done, Jolly. That was his job there. He had to get back and help out, and he knows.
So I'm just telling and gesturing to the team to let's just step off it and step back a minute.
Let's just get to three-quarter time, not concede another goal.
So far in 2013, BT, Richard Lee, the Cats have kicked 48 goals in three quarters, in the third quarter, and only conceded 18. They're 30 goals up in the third quarter. The premiership quarter.
The old cliche, the old premiership quarter.
Das just bringing...
Do you like that one, did you, Bristle?
Reeling that one out, the old premiership quarter.
Been working on that one for a while.
Well, it sort of adds up there, Bristle. 30 goals in front in third quarters.
Your old man would love it, Richo.
Yeah,
Ball.
yeah, they like the cliches, the old boys.
High ball, top of the square, Podsy Adley! Got it! Had a bit of a juggling attempt, but what about this in the last minute of the third quarter? To make it 4 in a row and to make it an 8-goal withering burst of perfection.
You just didn't see this coming at half-time. Could have played a free kick as well there. Nathan Brown had a bit of the Pods jumper.
This for an 8-goal four-quarter, which from memory is what Hawthorn did to them a few weeks ago. Pods gets it, and a lead now of 13 points with 16 seconds left in the third quarter.
They're just a phenomenon, this group. They defy logic.
You can't pump them up anymore, can you?
Run out of superlatives to describe them. It's just the way they play. It's what they do. 9 players under 50 games out there on the field tonight. They just learn each week about what it takes to be a brilliant side.
And Lingy said earlier, we'll find out about some of the young players tonight, the players he spoke to before the game. And in this quarter, apart from the skipper, it's been Motlop, it's been Duncan, it's been Christensen, it's been those young guys. So
even Jackson Thurlow in his second game's shown a little bit. Hall Smith is another one. Blitzarv's only played 8 games.
Selwood banging in there. And Harry O'Brien didn't like the treatment. He always upsets someone.
Hold it. Harry,
Joel
I'll give
Selwood.
you the free kick. Calm down.
He doesn't have to calm down, umpire. He can do what he wants in terms of aggression and enthusiasm as long as he doesn't commit a free kick.
yeah, I'm with you on that.
Umpire has no right to say that to a player, really. What a quarter of football from the Cats, though. Stunning, stunning football from Geelong. 13-11-89 leading Collingwood. 11-10-76.
The three-quarter time break, brought to you by Amy.
Pies got off to a very, very fast night at the MCG. Jimmy Bartell, not the Jimmy Bartell we know. Pendlebury was simply magic in traffic tonight, kicking an early goal in this game. And of course, Cracker, the specialist here, put them 18 points up at quarter time. And then the tackling pressure from the Pies in the second quarter was simply extraordinary. They got out to a 28-point lead, and at half-time, they led by 26, Cloak and Cracker combined. The third quarter, what about this? The Cats struck back. Christensen was great. A long goal from Mackie, and this man here, Motlop, was simply electric in that quarter. They lead by 13. Geelong 8-4, biggest ever third quarter against the Pies. What about this? Tom Hawkins and Harry O'Brien as they go to the three-quarter time break. Some yelling, some abuse, some aggression.
Yeah, we'd like to see it. 8-2 third quarter for the Cats. It gives them that 13-point lead at three-quarter time. We'll get straight down to Cameron Ling. The Pies have activated their sublinging.
Yes, they have, Das. As you boys pointed out quite correctly, Jared Witts is the man who's been subbed off. Ben Kennedy, come on, get rid of a big fella, bring the little fella on the ground for a little bit more run. We know how good Collingwood's pressure was in that first half. They'll be expecting Ben Kennedy with his fresh legs to really be able to bring the heat, create some turnovers, and let them get some attacking footy going the other way. massive quarter of footy coming up now. I'm really looking forward to it.
A tweet here from Matthew Lloyd saying what a phenomenal team this current Cat side are. Never out of a game with the mix of hardness, skill and self-belief.
I think he's spot on, Lloyd. Never out of a game. You can be 7 goals up, as North Melbourne were earlier this year, and still lose a game. And they just got the ability to score so quickly because they never waver from their game plan. Even when they're down, they don't go into their shells. They still run and spread and back each other in.
Hey, Richo, how's our mate Cameron Ling holding up down there? He just goes into his shell a bit. There he is. He's got the jacket on tonight, looking very sharp down there, mate. But we know on these big Geelong games, he just goes into himself a bit, doesn't he?
He comes in and out of things on these sort of nights.
Boys, I'm just enjoying the game of footy down here, completely neutral, just enjoying 2 good teams going at it.
What
You
do
know
you
that.
got? You got the trench coat on there, Lingy, tonight.
Oh, it's a bit chilly down here, boys. I've got to rug up a little bit.
He talks that much. He's got 2 microphones down there, Lingy, at the moment.
Right ahead of himself, Lingy.
He is that far ahead of himself, the former premiership skipper.
You'd be ahead of yourself too if you owned a town and 3 premiership cups, BT.
All right, what have the Pies got here in response to a scintillating third quarter?
Ball's locked in. No.
As Das rightly pointed out, the premiership third quarter.
So Pendlebury and Selwood going head-to-head. Well, Selwood's trying to get to Pendlebury because McCaffrey has had him all night.
Swan, bit of a fresh airy.
Play on.
Be hard at it. Blair was in there.
Get down. Play
So
on.
was Corey on the bottom of that pack. Eventually coming out to Swan. A little bit of space here. Swan able to centre the ball. Lynch working back really strongly was Mackie.
And this is just their game plan. They lost that clearance. Mackie was off the back of the clearance. He then intercept marks and wins it, and they spread and run from there. They've turned it over this time, but that's what they love to do, the Cats.
Seedsman needs to use well, and he has not on this occasion.
Here's Mackie. Such a creative runner off half-back.
Little
Has
chip
been for a
kick.
long time.
Yep, allowed Podsiadly to lead into the ball. Christensen.
It's like a tidal wave of running and handball down the ground.
Podsiadly into end right in the middle of the ground.
That's the
Right
difference there, BT. Is they got through like they did in the third quarter. In the first half, the Pies' pressure was turning it over regularly in this part of the ground.
Maxwell, hurried kick, but Swan should get on the end of this. And demanding the footy is Cloak, and he gets it, but not much forward of him, so he'll be forced to give his team a little bit of time to work forward of the footy. Now long footy, here's Lynch. Come over the back there of Elliott. Free kick will go Collingwood's way to Lynch.
Yeah, he did well then. Big Lynch. He knew he had to present. He jumped at the ball and drew a free kick. They didn't have much on, so that's all they could do, and gets a free kick.
Lynch into the pocket, trying to draw Cloak into the space, but Harry Taylor was alert as ever. Christensen combining with Taylor now. Taylor's kick down the wing. Brown really strong in the battle with the pod. Reed's got Maxwell on the middle and a bit of space as well, and he's got one out wide, and I think it's Dwyer. Dwyer marks centre square, side bottom over the top. He hesitated, goes longer to Blair. And not quite within his distance, I wouldn't have thought. Jared Blair, the boy from Wonthaggi. Although going back rather confidently.
15 seconds.
Still going backwards. He may well be called to play on here because he hasn't started his approach yet. And he starts now, so I reckon he's beaten the tick-tock by a second or two there. Blair from a long way out straightens, and that's nicely disguised and finds Dwyer.
He did it beautifully, didn't he? Used all of his allotted time. He knew he couldn't get the distance. He just waited for something to bob up.
You just stay with him.
Yeah, here's the kick from Jared Blair, and spotted Dwight. The tweets come through from Dale Thomas, BT. Come on, boys. Who's going to be the one? Cats' third quarter was incredible. Time is now.
Sam Dwyer needs to take note of that tweet. Kicked a couple tonight. 48 metres out, City end. Very, very straight. The Pies have got a bit left. Dwyer, of course, from Port Melbourne, had to be convinced by Gary Ayres to continue playing footy. He was almost going to back out of the VFL at one stage.
So he'd nearly given up his chance to play AFL.
To play at this elite level. And Gary Ayres talk him into continuing. Great story for that man Dwyer. Now here's Stokes, gathers at half-back, looking for someone inside, had to go by foot, there was no handball available. Blitzars of the man, look at this, Corey, free, forward of the ball, did well. Harry O'Brien tries to close him down, in doing so, had to leave his man Thurlow down the throat of Hawkins.
Great kick from Jackson Thurlow.
How good's the skill level?
Incredible, isn't it?
That's why they run off and run with confidence when they win the football, because they know they're not going to get burnt the other way, this Geelong team, because they hold on to it with their skill level. They don't look stupid if it gets turned over, so why wouldn't you run forward with confidence?
For his biggest bag of the year to date, Hawkins, this will give him 4.
20.
And I think the biggest against Collingwood too. Directly in front, 50 metres out. Gets a bit of leverage by going out to the right. Good-looking kick in response to the Collingwood goal. He's got 4.
Reminds me a bit of that goal he kicked after siren last year, BT. I like his action more from outside 50. He seems to just kick with a bit more freedom.
Yeah, gets through it.
You just relax more, don't you? You just lean back a bit.
Power. He really does get through it nicely from that distance. And I guess the expectation is not on you to have to convert that goal. So you go back a lot more relaxed.
Thanks, Darren.
Geelong by 13. Goal apiece in the last quarter. Stay with us. This one will go to the wire. Blitzarves, Pendlebury. Ball tackling high there.
Get him on the head. Luke, ball up, please.
Again, Collingwood are trying to free up Harry O'Brien behind the ball. They want him to have the influence on the game that he did in that first half. They need to get the footy in his hands as much as they can to provide that run.
Ball and Smith sideways to Taylor. Taylor back in. Nice looking kick to Duncan.
Hold there, Jordan. Hold, mate. Play on. Play on.
Thought about going back to Taylor. Not sure why the umpire called play, and he hadn't gone off his mark. And now Josh Hunt. I reckon Hunt's within range here if he wants to have a go. On the run, no problems from there for him.
You see Jimmy Bartell, he's just signalling.
Right on the mark.
That's a little signal, that, isn't it? The head scratch, I'm sure.
Scratching the ear with the ball.
Unusual.
Do you reckon it is? It might be.
I reckon he's got something up his sleeve here.
I reckon he'll pop it to the top of the square, you reckon?
Let's have a look. He does that, Richo. You read it beautifully. Here comes Podsy Adley over the top. All he could do was defend with a punch. Duncan ran over the top of the footy. Bundled out of the way was Thomas of Collingwood.
Old head scratch with the foot is not something you see.
The only problem
Pretty
is
obvious one.
You've got to come up with a new one every week. Just now we know about it.
That was pretty obvious. What
do they do next week?
It's not a natural thing to do, is it? Scratch your footy, scratch your head with a footy.
Might need to work on his code work, Josh Hunt.
Come on, Josh.
That's a dangerous kick. Guthrie flew up the back. Is Hunt again, left foot around the corner. Side bottom got a fist there, but it's going to come back. The boot of Harry Taylor. 60 metres out. Great control, got it back inside, and Geelong through Duncan. 8 minutes gone last quarter. Geelong by 13 points. Duncan, a low ball, trying to put it into space again and draw Hawkins to the footy. Motlop did well defending the handball, had a second go at it as well. He kept it alive, Motlop. Guthrie with the kick. Danger for the Pies here. Both Collingwood players go to ground. Caddy just had nothing left in the end. Motlop keeping it alive was quite brilliant. Cracker had to be clean at ground level, he wasn't. McCaffo wants to lock it in now. Somehow it gets bundled out the back door. Side bottom and Duncan go at Guthrie on the bottom. Get the feeling if the Cats get another one, it'll be big trouble for Collingwood.
Well, at the moment, it's just their structure behind the football. Geelong, they've got Mackie, Hunt. It's going to be tough for Collingwood to get through.
Look at the players around this footy. Anyone that does win it is immediately going to be attacked.
Up there. Jordan, play.
We talked to Chris Scott before the game, 18th in clearances, but it's the structure behind the ball that creates most of their scores.
So many players near the ball, it's almost impossible to take possession and not be tackled. Here.
Ball again.
What would he be doing there? What could he do now, Lingy, do you think?
Well, you can see 4 to Collingwood ball. There's only 2 players, but Geelong getting those numbers back. Well, that's what they needed. They need a free kick there. Now they need to move the ball quickly. They went so well in the first half, fast through the middle of the ground. They've got to do that now.
And here they go. Seedsman gave it. Really hot handball, followed up though to Cracker. He wanted the shepherd from Pendlebury, but Pendlebury said, I'm the kicker here. Gets it wide and finds this man again. A fingertip, it couldn't hold it, Dwyer. Now he turns his man inside out. Did he have the footy? Gee, Thurlow looked up as if he had tackled him without the footy.
Oh, they won't like that, Collingwood fans.
No, they're very stiff there.
Look at them!
They're going feral here, the Pies fans, and oh, look at that. They'll tear this joint down in a minute if it keeps going that way. They're stiff there. That's a free kick.
Right in front of their social club.
Oh, Sam Dwyer, he's been good tonight.
No, that's really harsh. Two of the same sort of decisions there, and one got paid and one didn't.
Ben Reid, a little heavy again on the kick, and Harry Taylor will have to mop up. They want to transfer the play. Goes to Guthrie.
I think he was spot on before about what they need to do. That transition that allowed Dwyer an opportunity where he should have got a free kick. It was fanatical play on and quick movement. They've always been a boundary side in the past when Mick Moldhouse was the coach, but you underestimate how quick they played on. They've got a chance here.
Harry O'Brien gathers, gets within 45. Touched on the line. Mackie.
Gee, a bit stiff, Harry. He thought he'd measured it beautifully, but yeah, the goal line camera shows it beautifully.
Score review would be easy if we had those all the time, Richo.
Well, that's the point. You need them at every game, at every venue, or don't have the score review.
Just pressing a little here at the moment, the Pies. This kick is not great because Blair was a small target and had to beat 3 defenders. Corey.
Still heaps of time. We're over 10 minutes remaining in the final quarter. Free kick pushing it back, Jimmy Bartell.
Got the loose player over the top here, Geelong. If they can get up quick enough, they can't. Bartell inside to Mackie. Mackie just waits. Looking to be perfect with the footy. Gives it to Bartell. Bartell out wide with a good-looking kick to Duncan. Was there a little push there? Pretty sure there was. No free kick paid. Jordan Russell just ran back into the bear trap and got caught.
That's Jordan.
It was Motlop the tackler.
Jordan, please.
Is there a little push here? Hard to say from that angle. Perhaps a lunging effort was okay by Russell.
No, very clever umpiring that, because I think if they had paid that one, the crowd would have actually torn the grandstands down.
Thanks, George.
Definitely hands in the back there. No free. Blair. Underneath it, Thurlow. Crowd of 66,768 here tonight. Just below the Collingwood average for their home games of 71,000. As Dwyer faked it outside, came back inside to Brown to Harry O'Brien. They wanted the footy in his hands. He kicks long. Cloak's down there, got to beat a couple. Has anyone touched this? Has anyone touched this? Cracker to keep it alive. He does. Could have gone back to side bottom, but he got caught. And he's got a free. He plays on, didn't go behind the mark. Cracker's kicked the goal. I'm not sure he went behind the mark. But Cracker has kicked the goal and got him within a goal.
Right. He's always smart like that, Andy Cracker. He saw an opportunity just to run off, make it a lot of... Oh, gee, I don't know there. Did that go through? A bit of the ball on the line, maybe. Gets the free kick, Harry O.
Now he stands up in front of the mark. Gee, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, well, they might have got the square up here, Collingwood, because the first free kick was a great step from Andy Cracker. I can't see a lot of high contact there, so he's a bit lucky in the first place. The play-on's a bit lucky, so maybe a little bit of the ledger being balanced here.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
This has got an electric filter at the moment. Collingwood fans are still going off.
Back within a goal. Swan's going to mark this.
Got to keep playing on. That's good.
Pendlebury's got Maxwell in support. Chisels one to side bottom who marks. Right in front of the interchange area, side bottom.
So even though before they were outnumbered with Cloak 2-on-1, they got it in there quickly and Cracker swooped on the loose ball. They just got to keep moving the ball as quickly as possible.
Ball wide to Cloak with perfection. Cloak looking to wheel back on the left, but he only had Cracker deep, so he decided that wouldn't be a good option because Geelong have got about 3 spares back there. And they've still got 3. Luckily, the ball came off the side of the boot, although Ponsiadley well placed.
That was not off the side of the boot, BT. That was a talk. That's very surprising from Travis Cloak, given he was on his left side.
Strange call, isn't it?
Stokes, Russell, Selwood keeps his feet.
Hey, Lingy, BT just gave us the crowd before, just over 66,000. From where we're sitting up here, it feels like an 80,000 with the noise and the enthusiasm. It's got that real buzz about it at the moment.
Oh, it certainly does, Das. There's a lot of feeling here in the crowd and in the game. Yeah, they know, the crowd knows it's a huge game especially for Collingwood.
Good decision by Dwyer and Pendlebury. Here's Seedsman, couple of bounces on the wing. He can go inside 50. I tell you what, Elliott's got out behind him. If Elliott gets a good bounce, he's away. Can he sock it off the ground? He has. Collingwood have drawn level. Collingwood have drawn level here. Wowee, what about this?
And that man there, we talked about it before, he can get in behind defences as well as anyone. Jamie Elliott, he's such a good reader of the play. And that was a terrific kick. It's his 3rd goal. Seedsman knew Elliott had the pace. He got in behind 3 Geelong defenders. Terrific play. And he's back in form. And he is just a natural forward, this guy. He reads the play beautifully.
Yeah, Bucks enjoyed it. You can just hear that little sigh of relief. 8 goals to 2 in the second quarter. Look at the inside, the third quarter to Geelong. Look at the inside 50s, all Collingwood.
Last 7, Das.
Yep.
Goodness gracious me. Here we go, scores a level, plenty of time. 8 minutes of pure intensity here. Sit back and enjoy this. West. Stokes, Harry O'Brien there, got met high.
Have a listen to the Collingwood fans. The Southern Stand wing, they are right involved in this game.
Cracker to Blair. Blair marks. Loose man back is Guthrie.
Moving on now.
Nothing much long. He wants a spot-up kick, so he goes way back to Reid. Just to try and spread the Geelong players and suck them out of the 50. And he's achieved that to a certain degree.
Well, it's the players that got them into the game early. O'Brien and Cracker, they've come back into it.
Kaffa takes the mark. Gee, that's almost 50. That player is not within arm's length of his opponent and should have been penalised. The 50, I reckon. Elliott now comes in here. An opportunity, the shrugging the tackle by Kennedy, the sub. He goes long to side bottom. 2-on-1 here. Can someone keep their feet? They all fall over. Selwood with a Cracker tackle. It was great. Handball to Seedsman, no. Side bottom went the kick to land. Should have gone to Seedsman. And now Stokes to Hawkins.
Yeah. Well, there was no one in front of him, Richo, apart from Motlop, and he decides that they're going to just slow it down a bit here, the Cats. They know that all the momentum has switched the way of Collingwood. They're going to hold on to it for a bit.
Yes, he normally makes the right decision, side bottom, but I reckon he had to go to Seedsman, then he tried to come back too far.
Side bottom at the moment hasn't got a man, so there must be a spare. As Harry Taylor kicks high. At the back is Marley Williams. Tidies up to Seedsman. Confronted on the boundary line. Good evasiveness. Got it to Blair. Gee, got in his way, Seedsman. Blair was about to kick the footy. Stokes in the middle. See Selwood. Selwood trying to absorb the tackle. Jolly's got to get down. Duncan did.
That was Harry O'Brien's tackle on Selwood then. It was first class.
Pendlebury. Pursued now by Schroeder. Somehow Russell came out with the ball. Seedsman clever along the boundary line. Ball didn't get all of that. Tapped by Taylor. Intercepted by side bottom. Here's Cloak. 60 metres out. No one forward again.
Open goal square. He just about bomb it there. He's got someone's side.
Dwyer. He accepts. Dwyer can go all the way. 50 metres out. In the pocket. Side bottom has dropped the mark. He has dropped the mark, side bottom. Bit of a sitter in the end for him, but I tell you what, it's coming back again.
Yeah, they've got numbers out here, Collingwood, 3-on-1.
Dwyer over the top, Nathan Brown. Long ball in, Cloak's got a good position here. Off hands.
His Lonergan's played a good role in Travis Cloak tonight. He's been so good in the one-on-ones, Richo.
He hasn't, you can't remember him taking a contested mark inside 50. Collingwood have got a great chance now to lock it in, get a good setup behind the ball, get a chance to score a goal.
95 apiece. 4 3/4 minutes. Corey to side bottom. Side bottom to Dwyer again. High ball. It's looking like it's going to get there. It's touched right on the line again. How many of those have there been tonight?
Got to get their structure right on this kick in to hold it in the Pies.
Hall and Smith, a youngster to take the kick in. Finds end right to Taylor. Hasn't been down the Geelong end for some minutes. And Russell's looking behind him to see any pressure. Risky kick, but it finds Dwyer in the middle of the G. Dwyer short ball. And Collingwood through. Kennedy the sub. Gives to Pendlebury. Goes wide, looking for ball. Couldn't do it. Guthrie, strong mark in defence.
Last 11 inside 50s and 12 minutes since the Cats have gone inside 50.
Can Geelong clear the forward end of Collingwood? That's what they're going to need to do here. This one may well be intercepted. Pendlebury's there. It's a 2-on-1. Great shepherd from Lonergan. Taylor now. So they've got it to their half of the ground. What can they do now? Hall and Smith was in there. Marley Williams with a quick kick out. Cloak arrives in front of Taylor. Takes possession, sees Blair. Blair's got McCaffrey on. McCaffrey will mark. Free in the pocket as a Collingwood player. It's Elliott. He marks, plays on from near the boundary line, sees Cracker and gets him. Now they'll have to watch Cracker here because he will play on. Nothing more certain.
It's in good hands, isn't it, BT?
It is. He is the creator, the specialist here at the G. Andrew Cracker.
He'll go out the left foot and snap it around the body. You think from here, Crack, it's either a banana on the right foot or run around the left.
I'm thinking banana, Darcy's setting up for that. Here's Cracker. He's got it. Collingwood are back in front by 7 points.
How good is that? Andy Cracker, what a great story. Back into the side, knee reconstruction, thought his career was over. He turned up pre-season. He was out of shape. They made him earn his spot back. And that's why you want him in your side. He was always going to kick that. Brilliant kick this from Elliott. Summed it up beautifully. Played on, punched a low ball in. And little Andy Cracker, good enough to do the job. Can the Cats find something now, BT? They need the next goal.
Unbelievably, Collingwood were 13 down at three-quarter time. They're now 7 in front. And we've only got 2:37 on the clock. So, Lingy, do they put a player back or is it just one-on-one still?
I think it's still one-on-one. I think it's still a little bit of time to go. But you want to, if you can get possession of the ball now and you're Collingwood, you've got to keep possession on every chance you get.
Okay. So not time, Lingy says. What about you, Das?
Yeah, look, I think it's time for Collingwood just to try and hold on to it. There is enough time for the Cats to score, but they will keep being bold going through the middle of the ground. You can guarantee that much.
Oh, look at the deft touch there from Hawkins after the bar. Tell third man up in the comp. Harry Taylor gets it to Selwood. Selwood met with some pressure, kicks long and deep. Russell escorted over the line, but Geelong have got it just where they need it.
Watch the Pies just pile back now. They're running from everywhere to get into defence. They don't want any space around this stoppage, so every Collingwood player trying to work back inside 50 here. 62% of this quarter has been at the Collingwood forward end of the ground. Here's a rare chance for Geelong in this quarter. Razor Ray just breaks the tension. Look at the players around the footy here. Boy, oh boy.
BT, this is where if you're a Geelong player, as best you possibly can, you've got to walk your opponent away. Try and create some space for your teammate to be able to work in.
I reckon the 7-point lead, that extra point is probably going to prove pretty handy here, Das. Harry O'Brien, they've got to score twice, Geelong, and they've got 1:49 to do it. And here's a big chance. Hunt, can he get around O'Brien? He hammers it long in the goal square. Ponzianli had both hands on it. Bartel, it's touched on the line. Boy, oh boy, wow, we touched right on the line.
Umpire very confident. He didn't want to look at a score review. Let's see. Yeah, good decision and well played, Dane Swan. I reckon the pod would love his time again. He had a good look at that mark.
Both hands on it, Das. Cloak with a clunker.
That is massive from Cloak. Bucks a little sigh of relief. Chris Scott's still composed, but he hasn't done that all night.
Umpire's called play on. He hasn't got back on his man on the mark yet. Said he wasted too much time on the deck. Fair enough. Taylor, West over the top. 1:11. Down 6 points here now.
I'm sure Big Westy summed that up all that well, BT. He just had to take the risk. He had to try and go for the mark. Keep it in play.
Only had one draw between these two teams, and you've got to go way back to 1934. They've got the point they need, Geelong. Now they need a goal. You would think Geelong probably can't win it from here, but they can draw it.
Well done, Blair. That's how they started this game on fire.
Look at that
Forward
man there.
pressure.
Settle, settle,
Yes.
settle, he says.
The Pie fans all around that southern stand wing. They've been in fine voice. And this will be a famous victory if they can hang on for 39 seconds here.
How nervous are you as a Collingwood player having to kick and find a target here in the back half?
Well, given they've conceded some ground, they want to hang on to the ball.
To O'Brien, that was very, very nearly knocked out of his hands.
Harry O'Brien, unbelievable game tonight. 31 disposals coming up.
Collingwood have come from 13 down. First of all, it was the Geelong comeback. And now the Pies, 12 seconds, can't be anything more than a draw, you wouldn't have thought, for Geelong from here.
Cats have just got to smash this back into the corridor, get it into space. Or Blitzarf's could have got a free kick there.
Went back into the Collingwood forward line. I think that's just about it now. Free kick will go Geelong's way here, but time is going to beat them. Collingwood have won. Collingwood have beaten Geelong, the undefeated team in the comp, and have come from 13 down at three-quarter time to do it. The third consecutive win by Collingwood over the Cats. Let's get down to Cameron Ling with Harry O'Brien.
Well, Harry, you look absolutely excited, but at the same time, just absolutely wrapped.
Yeah, relief to more than anything. I think, we've had a pretty tough week. We made it really simple, the focuses, and we're able to stick to it. So, it's a relief to have gotten the win.
And it was great. You guys played such good footy in the first half. Geelong came at you in that third quarter with a fantastic quarter of footy. But to then be able to respond again and get over the line, that's got to give you a lot of belief for the rest of the year, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we question ourselves internally about our character. We've had some really bad losses, so we showed a lot of character to fight back.
Were those questions about the defensive pressure? Because it appeared at the start of the game, your defensive pressure was just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. It was about the defensive pressure, about our desire and our intent to want to defend. And, we made that our focus and we're able to pull it off. So, we hope that's the start of things to come.
Well done, mate. Great job tonight. Great job, mate.
Harry O'Brien there. Unbelievable win here from Collingwood. They kicked 4 goals to 1 into that last quarter there. Did the Cats. I think we're going to go back down to Cameron Ling here in just a moment to soak up some of the atmosphere with the players. Lingy, who have you got now?
I've got Andy Cracker here, very happy man, and just great being back out here playing in the MCG and a fantastic win with the boys.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. We're our backs against the wall. No one sort of thought we were going to get up here. We always knew that it was going to be a hard-fought game. Geelong's, the form team in their comp. So now the boys did well to get over the line.
And your own form, it just appears as though you're running really well. Are you starting to get a real belief in your knee and your fitness and almost your touch in the game?
Yeah, absolutely. Because the game's not getting any slower, mate, especially for old blokes like me, mate. So, I just had to play a few games to get the tempo, so I feel like I'm ready to go now.
And that first half, it appeared like you and a few of the other small forwards were able to lead the way with your defensive pressure. That famous Collingwood press was well and truly back, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We knew that our defensive side had to be at a peak because we know if Geelong runs and carries through the middle and they run free ball, they're going to chop us up. So our pressure was the main focus.
Well done, mate. It was a sensational game, and well done yourself. You were brilliant. Well done, mate.
They all want to shake the hand of Cameron Ling, don't they?
There's a lot of respect there. They have played big games against Ling. Joffers excited, gold jackets on, and look at Bucks. He'll be relieved. It was a big week for Nathan Buckley, who's under a bit of criticism.
Gee, they're off the ground quick.
Yeah, getting straight down. They'll be singing this song with some real gusto. And we'll go right down into the rooms with Nathan Buckley and the team. But he's getting around to everyone. He knows how big that is to beat the undefeated Cats. They've had their backs to the wall. He's sure out suspended. Daisy Thomas out injured. They've had a number of things go wrong this week. So to front up here and play the way they did tonight, BT, is a massive, massive win. There's Neil Baum. Spent some time at Collingwood in the same role. Barmy's used to winning.
Boy, is this going to be great for Collingwood fans. Stay with us after this. We have got some more exciting news as well. But this is going to be time of great enjoyment for Collingwood fans. Not so the non-Collingwood, Das.
No, I think you can't do anything but have respect for what this side did tonight. They were sensational. Started beautifully. They've had a number of new players into the team, and to come back after the whole third quarter was all Geelong is a special effort.
Stay with us. Some big news after this. Collingwood gather in the rooms. The Maguire family. Eddie's pumped, as he should be. Not much reward you get as a president of clubs other than the odd win or two there, Das.
He'd be happy tonight. There'll be some real excitement about this song.